When I was in college, I committed a crime. Well, actually 2 crimes, but we're gonna talk about the second one a different day. In my defense, it was my freshman year of college, and I did not realize this crime was as serious as this crime was. And it was right before Christmas break. I'd already finished my finals. My good high school friend, she went off to college to an SEC school, and her school wasn't over yet. She tells me to come up that Wednesday because her last test is on Friday, because all the fraternities down there were gonna have crazy final parties, and she wanted me to come up. Of course, I said yes because I hadn't been there to visit her yet, and I could not wait to go to her school and go to the fraternity houses. I'd always heard it was the party school, so much fun. So I go to my dorm and I pack for break, and then I pack a separate bag so that I can go hang out with her. And my booty gets on the road. I can't wait to get there. I actually go up while she's still taking her finals because we were in the same sorority, different colleges, but I could still be in her sorority house and hang out. And I knew that I could meet people and have fun while she was taking finals. But when I get there, I found my friend having a full minty B. Yes, mental breakdown. She'd gone to college with her high school sweetheart. They were still dating when they got there. That's when she lets me know that they had just broken up, and she was absolutely failing 2 of her main classes. She just really needed some help. Lucky for her, I was the perfect friend to help with this. While God may not have given me a lot of common sense, he gave me all the book smarts. I was always a straight A student. Super smart, just couldn't really take it out of the classroom, you know, one of those kind of book smart people. So we decided I will tutor her. I'll make a study guide in this way that I make it. We're gonna pull an all-nighter, and then I'm gonna teach her all the material and how she's gonna memorize it. We're in the library that next night until like 1 a.m. running out of hours, and that's when we realize there's a slight problem that we just didn't take into consideration. I don't learn in the conventional way. If I see something once, I know it. I don't know how to teach this stuff to myself, much less teach it to her. I just read the book and then I knew it. It's not long until we're both getting very frustrated. And that's when she has her second minty B of my very small trip. And she says, if she can't pass this test, like, we're gonna have to go home because she's probably gonna get kicked out of college, and she just talked to her dad. But guys, I came all this way and I absolutely do not want to go home. I just got there and I want to go to the parties. So I look at her and ask, how many people are in your class exactly? She tells me 300. I ask her if they have assigned seats, and she says no. I ask her if there's any way that teacher knows exactly who she is and what she looks like. She felt pretty confident that he did not. So I tell her to draw me a map to that class because this was a huge campus and we couldn't risk her walking with me. Give me her seat and ID and I would just go take the test for her. And she agreed because really she didn't have any other choices. So I went ahead and went to bed because I knew I knew the material. Got up the next morning, she had made me a map, walked my butt across campus, sat down at the very back of the classroom and wrote her ID number at the top. Shaking like a freaking leaf, I took all 100 questions. Luckily for us, there was no open response. It was all Scantron, so they couldn't compare her handwriting. And I'm also a really quick test taker. I read really quickly, so I was done very early. However, she'd never turned in a test early a day in her life, and no one else in the auditorium size class had turned in the test. So I sat there and just kept reading it and reading it and reading it until half of the people had turned in their test, and then I went and turned hers in. Then I ran my ass back to her dorm, laid in her bed, and PTFO. Woke up that night, had myself a drink, and went out to all fraternities. I never told a soul, a freaking soul, until I told y'all right now. My husband is literally gonna find out when he watches this video. But I looked up the statute of limitations. I think we're good. And if not, this was all allegedly. Hey guys, I'll see you next time. Bye.